Hey everybody, it's your boy Ilyon. I'm going to be doing a competitive draft on Magic 2019 today on Arena. I've talked about this before, and I want to get into it real quick, but I want to say first, big shout out, thank you very much to our sponsor, inkgaming.com, which has made all of this possible. I can do full-time streaming and full-time content creation in large part because of them and because of all of our patrons, so if you have a chance, go and check them out. They've got a link down below. We get 12% off any order that you place with inkgaming.com. They've got cool playmats and mouse pads and all kinds of awesome stuff like that. And of course, big thank you to all my patrons and subs who tend to get these a little bit earlier than everybody else. I try and put them out, especially our channel content. In any case, I've talked about competitive draft before on Magic Online, Magic Arena, sorry. I don't love it because of the fact that it's priced really high. 15 gems is $10. Like that's a lot of cash for a free-to-play kind of. I'm assuming eventually a mobile type game like a Hearthstone or Eternal or any of those kinds of card games. It's really high price point, but I got a whole lot of extra gems. Like, full honesty here, I got a whole lot of extra gems added to my account. I think it was because of the fact that I was going to be in a Streamer Showdown and it was canceled. They said they were going to add something to my account, and I just noticed them pop in today. I really want to play competitive draft because of the fact it's Magic 2019. They keep the quick draft as just Aether Revolt, and then they make these ones only purchasable by gems, which are going to cost money, and the regular draft are available as Aether Revolt. They're going to do only old sets for the most part, and yeah. Those ones you can buy with gold, which you can grind for free. If you start winning these, you can transfer those gems 2 drafts worth of winning into a competitive draft. But it takes a really long time to grind. I think they need to make these a little bit cheaper, a little more accessible. But hey, I want to have some fun. I'm going to show off something cool to you guys. I'm going to jump right in now. So not waste too much more of your time. Let's have a blast. This format looks pretty cool. I might read a little bit of the cards because I don't know this format yet. This is going to be my first draft. With Magic Arena, for the people that don't know, the way that you draft, you can see there's no timer or anything. We're not against other people. This is going to be against AI, so they're going to be taking draft data from things like Magic Online and from like probably playtesting on Arena, and they'll use AI to figure out which cards are the most often picked and kind of try and simulate a draft experience. And then we're going to draft against actual players, play our games against other players. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty decent experience. I've enjoyed it so far. Declare Dominance. Target creature gets +3/+3, and all creatures able to block it this turn do so. That can win games, but it's like really slow, really expensive, not something we super need. Drawing cards, not super useful on an equipment, especially because it's 4 to equip it once you play and equip it. Cross a couple turns, but not super necessary. Omen Speaker is pretty sweet. Scrying 2 is really nice. The Supreme Phantom might be okay. I'm not sure how useful it is to have that many spirits. Switcheroo was in some older sets, and it always looked kind of cool, and was never as good as you wanted, so I'm not sure that we want a Switcheroo. Skymarch Bloodletter, really good in Ixalan, might be okay here. I mean, 2/2 flyer for 2 with an ability is pretty solid. Bog Stomper is just a big dumb beastie. I might just take this Phantom. Yeah, I mean, a 1/3 flyer for 2 is already pretty good, and I'm going to see how many spirits we can get. I don't know if that's the right pick, or if there's enough spirits to really support it, but that's what we're trying to find out, right? And that's kind of the fun part of it. Frayne Omnipotence. Lose half their life, and then discard half the cards in their hands. Sacrifice half the creatures they control. Round up. Problem is that sounds really cool, and you're like, wow, like 3 cards in their hand, 7 cards, half their life, 10 damage, like half the creatures, like 1 or 2 creatures. In reality, on turn 5, it's going to be like, the half their life is probably still fairly big, probably lose like 8 or something, they might be at 16, and then it's like, discard half the cards in their hand, 1, 2 maybe, if you're lucky, and then it's like 1 creature sacrificed maybe. It's generally not going to be that good, and the things that they sacrifice are obviously not going to be as important because these are all something they can make a choice on. So Frayne Omnipotence does not seem like a card that we want to be taking. Snapping Drake though, 3/2 flyer, just get a bunch of flyers. Lightning Bear, not what we need. There's Titanic Growth as a kind of cool combat trick. Oaken Form is just a massive aura. Spark-Tongue Dragon was... it's kind of an interesting card. Really expensive if you want to actually use the ability. But not bad. It's just a 3/3 flyer for 5 either. I think that the best thing for us is probably just the Snapping Drake. 3/2 flyer for 4 is pretty solid. We've already got the Supreme Phantom. It just makes sense. Dragon's Horde. Ooh, that's a cool one. I mean, kind of wish that we'd grab some dragons. We might be able to. I'm very interested in doing that. That's really fun. And honestly, drawing a bunch of extra cards is cool if you can get a couple of dragons. Reach Death Touch whenever a creature dies. Opponent loses life. Honestly seems pretty great. We don't need to worry too much about our colors. It's a thing that you fall into a trap in, even myself a lot, where, oh, I've got 2 blue cards. I kind of did that with Snapping Drake here. Like, oh, we've got Supreme Phantom. We should be taking blue cards. And only 2 cards. We can just dump it. We don't have to stay blue. Creatures of control get +1/+1 on Vigilance until end of turn. So this is exactly like Dawnfeather Eagle, which was a card that was in Aether Revolt. I'm going to be playing, I think, the Dragon's Horde. You know what? I want to try and have some fun. I'm just going to grab a rare and see what happens. We might even just be able to play it as just a regular kind of ramp fixing card anyways. It's not a bad idea. Do we have anything here that's super useful? Epicure of Blood. 4/4 for 5 with an ability is kind of sweet. Bristling Boar seems fine. Divination is always okay. And Frilled Sea Serpent. Can't be blocked if we pay 7. Could go real deep and go for the mill deck, but we've already got a few different things that we might be able to go in on. Supreme Phantom and Dragon's Horde. We don't need to go too crazy. We have not seen any other spirits, so that's looking about what I was thinking. I didn't think there's probably enough spirits to support it, but I need to actually open packs to kind of get that feel. I think we'll Divination. I mean, it's hard to say yet. We might just have some weak packs here, too. I don't love any of these cards. None of them are particularly impressive. Maybe the Epicure. There is some life gain here. Kind of like Divination, though. We can always use more cards. We are looking a little bit blue. I don't want to go too heavy into it. Like, we don't have to commit to it, like I said. But there's nothing super pulling us out of the blue colors either, and Divination's solid. Inferno Hellion. Just a big bad beater. We got Daybreak Champion, Knight of the Tusk, Revitalize. I mean, I might just take this Oakenform. Maybe we just be blue-green flyers and slap a couple of Oakenforms on things. That could be very real. I'm a little bit worried about them being able to, like, bounce and kill the things, but there's nothing else here that matters, so I might as well just take Oakenform. Oakenform's really powerful. Like, +3/+3 permanently is very solid. Ghastbark Twins, massive creature, but also cost 7, so not super excited about that. I don't need another Oakenform yet. Divination or Omen Speaker, Epicure. I'm going to take Omen Speaker. Omen Speaker is nice to just smooth out the draws, and we don't need too many Divinations. You got to have some creatures. Root Snare, Gearsmith Prodigy, not going to have any artifacts yet. Two-Headed Zombie. That is some sweet art, by the way. Sovereign's Bite is not useful. And we could go real deep with Epicure of Blood. If we'd grab both of those and then Sovereign's Bite, that could have been pretty sweet. I don't think we need to go that way yet. 4/2 Menace for 4 isn't terrible. I don't think we want Root Snare. Alright, let's jam the zombie is just a possibility. Druid of Horns. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets it, you get a 3/3 green beast token. Cool with our Oakenform. I'm not sure how deep we want to go into that. I've heard some bad things about trying to go too deep on the enchantment route in this format. So I'm a little worried about that. Vampiric Neonate's kind of cool with those Epicures. Tormenting Voice and Druid. I'm going to just take the Druid and see what happens. Kind of wish we'd gone the life gain route, because there was some cool cards for that. Yeah, like Revitalize even. We could have gone real deep in black-white. We didn't know that was going to be open, though. I don't think we made any particularly bad choices. It's just the way the packs crumbled in the end. Turn target artifact card. We're going to take another Oakenform. And Bog Stomper is the most playable card, so we'll take that. We don't have to be green or black yet. We're probably blue. Like, now at this point, it's going to be a little bit hard to dump blue. We can certainly do it if we find something amazing. And we can splash a color, because we do have the Dragon's Horde if we want it. Resplendent Angel. Hello. Well, now I feel particularly stupid for not going the life gain route, because this card's sweet. Beginning of each end step, if you gain 5 or more life, create a 4/4 Angel. Ugh. And you can pay 6 to give it +2/+2 in lifelink, so you just make angels off of it all by itself. Whew, man. Fountain of Renewal. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain a life. Man, we really could have gone that direction, huh? Cavalry Drill Master. Zombie. Aviation Pioneer makes a Thopter. There's a dragon. I'm thinking we take Resplendent Angel. I mean, even just as a mythic, it's something that I might want for my collection. I'm gonna... Whoa, that's loud. Holy cow. I'm gonna take it. We can maybe cut green and black, be blue-white. We'll just figure it out. We've got some time. Another Druid of Horns. Psychic Corrosion. Not a card that I really need. Rock's Oracle. Enters battlefield. Draw. 4/2 is a problem, though. Those are not good stat lines. Druid of Horns, still same kind of thing. Just doesn't have good stats. Scholar of Stars. If we control an artifact, draw a card. Might be okay. Centaur Courser's nice. 3/3 for 3 is just good stat line. I might Scholar. I have, like, 0 reason to be black. We're gonna Scholar, see if we can get some artifacts here. It's the safest pick. We could have taken the green card, but we might want to be switching into white now. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, draw a card. I mean, it's kind of open for us to have gone that enchantment route too, but I'm kind of worried about that. Make a Stand is sick. That can just blow people away. I might want to take that even over Scholar or something. You can get a lot of 2-for-1s off that card. White's been fairly open. And I mean, we have the Resplendent Angel. That card's just so ridiculous. I'm going to take Make a Stand. Aether Shield Artificer. At the beginning of combat, target artifact creature gets +2/+2 in indestructibility. We don't have any artifacts, though. Even Wind Mage. Not bad. I mean, basically, not quite prowess, but close. Lifelink on the Daybreak Chaplain. Not super useful for us, but anything with lifelink is a little bit more interesting because there's Resplendent Angel. We do have the Oaken Forms. Got Mighty Leap as a combat trick if we want. Just no artifacts, though. So I'm going to take the... Windmage is probably just the best card. I'll just take Windmage. Even though we want to do life gain, I probably shouldn't go too deep on it just because of Resplendent Angel. Surge Mage. Can't be blocked by green creatures. When it deals damage, we draw a card or discard, and we can pay 2 to get it. Oh, Surge Mare, sorry. The Horsefish. Mirror Image is fine. Anticipate, Omen Speaker, Divination. What does this one do again? Land onto the battlefield tapped. That can fix our mana. We might actually want that. Because we might just be like a 3-color deck here. Oaken Form's pretty cool on some of our flyers, so... And we want to play Angel, we want to play Make a Stand. I could just try and be 3 colors. We've got some, you know, Scry and Omen Speaker, card draw, and Divination, which makes it a little bit easier to splash. Rejuvenator can help out that. I'm going to try, see what happens. Gyriper Guide, this is cool. It makes it really hard for your opponent to block a lot of the time. We also have Uncomfortable Chill. Could be okay. Totally Lost is disgusting against all the Oaken Form kind of things. That's really rough to have against us. I think I might just want to Totally Lost. We have very, very few ways to deal with creatures yet. As in, we don't have any. So Totally Lost might be the way to go. least it gives us something to do. Disperse. It's not bad. A little bit more tempo again. Sovereign's Bite, Hired Blade, Infectious Horror. Yeah. Honestly, I might want Explosive Apparatus eventually just to have removal. Disperse seems more than acceptable, though. I need some way to deal with our opponent's board, even if it's just tempo. The Talons of Wildwood. This card's kind of cool because it does keep coming back. It's not a huge advantage, though. +1/+1 and Trample's not a lot. You really need a lot of things that actually trigger off of enchantments, probably, to make that worthwhile. Although, it's nice that it, stops it from being a total blowout when your opponent kills your creature. Inspired Charge, Knight of the Tusk. Kind of like that as just a big, dumb idiot wall on the ground, because we've got a lot of flyers, so we might want something that just blocks everything late. Gearsmith Prodigy isn't useful, but Highland Game gaining us 2 life and just being an early game play seems reasonable for us. Linebreaker is a 3/2. Mighty Leap. Take the Linebreaker. Another Knight of Tusk. There's a Tolarian Scholar. What does our curve look like? We have a lot of 3s. Not a lot of blue 3s, though. I don't think it's a Scholar. Not excited about it, but sure. And all these, I'll just start putting them into the sideboard. Hey, I'll play and Anticipate. Got a bit of a mess going. Ooh, I really want Isareth the Awakener for a very cool deck tech that I want to do right away. So that's kind of why I'm doing this, even, to try and open rares. I want to do a Desecrated Tomb build with Isareth, but I should probably focus on winning. There's Vinemare, which is pretty disgusting with our Oaken forms. Man, that's one of the cards that we do want. Aven Windmage again. We don't really have any white cards, just this thing. I mean, which is fine. Pretty good even, but Vinemare seems like the real deal. Yeah, like this card is just such a beating. Put a couple of enchantments on that bad boy and go to town. Militia Bugler. Top 4 cards, power 2 or less. I guess go on the bottom. We don't need that. Like, what are we going to get? Highland Game, Supreme Phantom. Not interesting. Thornhide Wolves is just a decent beater. Another Totally Lost for some more tempo. I feel like we're going to be some kind of blue-green tempo deck ultimately, and I'm not going to be playing the Resplendent Angel. I might just be playing, like, Make a Stand as a splash, which, honestly, I kind of feel is reasonable. Thud is such a great looking card. Thump. But, yeah, Totally Lost seems better. Ether Tunnel. Make something unblockable. Cool enough, but not super useful. A 3rd Oaken form if we want. Gearsmith Guardian. Essence Scatter. Salvager of Secrets. Instant or sorcery to our hand. I don't think we have a lot of those that we care about. Like, we have Make a Stand, we have Anticipate, Divination, but nothing that's super amazing. I guess the Totally Losses and Disperse. Such a slow, expensive card. Might just be Tranquil Expanse. Makes splashing easier. Essence Scatter is very reasonable, though. I'm going to take Scatter. I feel like white's just probably not coming together at this point. Take all those cards out. And this still leaves us with 21 playables. We got Blanchwood Armor, which is a big, nasty enchantment. Double cast is fun, but not super useful for us. I like the Essence Scatter. Dwindle actually seems like a pretty good removal spell. We might need that. It basically means that it can't attack, and once it blocks, it's just dead. So it doesn't do a whole lot anymore once you dwindle it. And we saw things like the Deep Freeze from the last format do pretty well, like from Dominaria, where you just turn something into a 0/4 wall. It's important to note that this one would still have any abilities, so if you've got something with activated abilities, you're still in trouble that way. But there's a lot of things that it just kind of nukes. I think that's probably fine. We already have double Oaken form. There might be an Oaken form coming back even. We have the Essence Scatter. I'm going to take the Dwindle. Another Gasbark Twins. Another Omen Speaker. How much top end do we have? Not a lot. Not a lot. I could certainly see playing a Gasbark Twins. And we have a fair bit of early game. Like, we have Omen Speaker, Supreme Phantom, Highland Game, and a bunch of 3-drops. Like, just an endless supply of 3s. Oh, Gasbark Twins. It is a big, big card. Ooh, Ghost Form might just make it. It's a lot of damage out of nowhere. Especially with something like Gasbark or Vinemare. I think we might Ghost Form. We're kind of feeling like the Tempo Flyers deck, just make everything hard to block and smash them before they can do anything. Move all counters. Oh, this is the Destroy Infect card. Right. Oh, good old Sun Cleanser. Another Tranquil Expanse. Sure. Invoke the Divine. Not really what I want, but Thornhide Wolves is fine. We don't have any 5-drops yet. And I think it's a little bit better than Frilled Sea Serpent. Just because of the expense, even. Wall of Vines. And it's going to be hard for us to pay 7 to make it unblockable. Root Snare. Not what we want. And let's start grabbing cards. Ooh, alright, we wheeled the Oakenform. I like that. Talon. Stitcher Supplier. I'm going to need that for another deck I got. Stay tuned for that bad boy. I'm excited to build that one. I found a list that looks really interesting. Alright, let's go Bog Stumper out. Pretty obviously. And then, how many cards do we have? We currently have 44. So we're going to need to cut 4 cards. Probably Druid of Horns. Because we have to cast the Aura spell directly on Druid of Horns, which is not where we want to be. We only have 3 things anyway, it's just the Oakenforms. Dragon's Horde probably comes out. I wish we had more dragons, but unfortunately we don't. Rejuvenator. I kind of like that. Still ramp. Clarion Scholar could leave. Oh, I definitely want Talons of Wildwood out. We don't have anything that's super useful there. Ghost Form I actually like. I think we can be a bit of a tempo deck. Just try and get like Aven Windmage and Snapping Drake down, Vinemare, and just beat them to death fast. Make a big thing and Ghost Form it. Dwindle's interesting. This deck is kind of a hot mess, I won't lie. How many creatures do we actually have? 12. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. Yikes. So I definitely want Essence Scatter. Maybe take out Anticipate. Maybe take out a Totally Lost. Or just an Oakenform. 2 is probably more than enough. Oh, maybe we run the Anticipate again. Or another unit somehow. Let's play another... God, do we have to play Druid? Oof. I feel like we definitely had the signals to go in on the life gain deck. Like, those Epicures might have been really good. I kind of wish we just dove in when we saw them. We could have gone pretty deep into, like, a black-white life gain deck. I mean, we had no idea we'd get a Mythic either. That's hard to tell, but even without it, we had a lot of signals in CAC 1 for it, so that's something that we could have maybe moved in on. These are things that we're learning. New format. We've got to figure all that stuff out. And I think that it's a good thing to look back and realize that maybe black-white was where we were supposed to be, and if we'd cut those colors, we probably would have gotten more. I'm going to take the Anticipate. And 1 Plains, Tranquil Expanse, and an Elvish Rejuvenator. 6 green sources, 9 blue sources. Well, 7, sorry, and 9 blue. We have no double blue except for Frilled. Yep. I think that's good. Let's go. We're going to play some games and see how far we can go. This thing is, well, it's a mess. I'm going to hope that we can get through like 2 wins. That's about it, the best that we can do, I think. If we get 4, I'll be real happy, because that's breaking even.